Good evening. I apologize about the delay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, please, Mrs. Burns.
Mrs. Hallenbeck,
Present.
Mr. Cirillo,
Here.
Mr. Allen,
Present.
Mrs. Bowman,
Here.
Mr. Kovitz,
Here.
Mrs. Lafferty,
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Here.
Mr. Sporny,
Here.
and Mr. Sullivan.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Will everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The board met in executive session this evening to discuss matters of employment, including certified support and administrative appointments, resignations, matters related to special education and potential litigation, matters related to safety, including the proposed Cardinal Point Safety Agreement, which is on tonight's public agenda. Any announcements, Mrs. Burns?
No announcements.
Superintendent's report, Mr. Bowman.
Thank you, Ms. Hallenbach. If you take a look in the back of the room, you'll see our district art gallery is back. We have a display of some amazing student art here coming from our painting and drawing 2 class and honors classes from Neshaminy High School, as well as some Tree of Life pendants from the ceramics, sculpture, and jewelry classes there as well. So take a look and enjoy our talented students' artwork. This past Thursday, I enjoyed attending the very first Student of the Month ceremony at Neshaminy High School. This was actually a really special one. We honored 6 National Merit Scholarship commended students and 1 National Merit Scholarship semi-finalist, along with some other honorees. Congratulations to our commended Merit Scholarship students, Aditya Patel, Nicole Webb, Mia Mantone, Krish Patel, Corey Wong, and Liam Buchanan. So congratulations. They are our National Merit Scholarship commended students. Our National Merit semifinalist is Sarah Kramer, and other students of the month honorees were Juliana Carragher, Reese Metis, and Andrew Plen. Congratulations to all, and a job very well done. Also, I want to mention our annual Pink Out was held throughout the district last Friday. We were awash in a sea of pink shirts and other clothing all day as our students and staff stepped up once again to support cancer victims and cancer research. Thank you to our student council at the high school that organizes this every year and everybody who supported the Pink Out at the football game Friday night. Lastly, we have Mr. Hastings with us tonight, 8th grade social studies teacher here at Maple Point, and a couple of his students to talk about a very important event upcoming here at Maple Point.
Good evening. I'm Charlotte Bellis.
And I'm Madison Pape.
Maple Point Middle School will be holding its annual Veterans Day ceremony on Thursday, November 9th, 2023. This will be our 22nd year celebrating these heroes. The ceremony will take place in the Maple Point Middle School auditorium. This is a wonderful way for our students and community to show appreciation for the sacrifices that our local veterans have made and to celebrate the courage our veterans have shown in defending our country.
The Maple Point staff and students would like to invite veterans in our community to attend the celebration at Maple Point Middle School the morning of November 9th. Attendees should arrive at the auditorium lobby at 9:30 a.m. for refreshments and check-in. The ceremony will begin at 10:30 a.m. Veterans who are interested in attending should contact Maple Point Middle School at 215-809-6230, again 215-809-6230, or register in the main office at Maple Point. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you on November 9th.
That is a tremendous ceremony that Maple Point puts on every year. I know there's been some board members there in the past that have seen it. We hope to see you back again this year. And that's all I have, Ms. Hallenbach.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Is there anybody signed up for public comment tonight?
There are no sign-ups.
Thank you. Moving right along. Mr. Cirillo, please.
Right out of the gate. I'd like to make a motion to approve 2.01 Cardinal Point Safety and Security Threat Assessment Service Agreement. Resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the contractual agreement and service relationship as outlined in the School Safety and Security Assessment Agreement with the Neshaminy School District.
Thank you, Mr. Cirillo. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please? Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Mr. Sullivan, please.
Two point zero two, administrative appointments. Resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the following appointments of administrative staff. And there's one name, and it's Kevin Freeman, is being appointed as Supervisor of Security.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. There is a motion on the floor. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lafferty. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. I don't know if we could put Mr. Freeman on the spot to come up and say hi.
Mr. Freeman, if you'd like to come up and say a few words.
Put you on the spot.
It's like tradition. If you get hired, you get put on the spot.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to working with you all. I really appreciate it.
I'd like to make a master motion to approve item number 2.03, administrative leaves of absence, 2.04, certificated retirements resignations, 2.05, certificated revised leaves of absence, 2.06, support retirements resignations, 2.07, support appointments, 2.08, support leaves of absence, and 2.09, support revised leaves of absence. And I'd like to also note, under 2.04, we have a Diane Keenan retiring with 29.2 years of service, and a Gary Phillips with 32.3 years of service.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Cirillo. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 9-0. Okay, items for approval at the next public board meeting, which will be 10/24 in this room at 7 o'clock. We will start on time next meeting, I promise. 3.01, which is routine business matters. 3.02, Sunday facility usage. 3.03, out of district placements. 3.04, overnight trips. Of course, there might be things added to that, but this is where it stands right now. Does anybody have any questions about anything on the agenda for the next meeting? Okay, committee reports. I am up first. Business ops. Our next business operations meeting is November 29th. Seems like it's so far away. So I'm sure we will talk about that multiple times between now and then, so not until November 29th. Education development meeting, Mrs. Bowman, please.
Sure. The Educational Development Meeting met on September 19th, and we went over, we had kind of a long agenda. We went over the 2023 summer program updates. We reviewed the comprehensive plan timelines and next steps. We also discussed high school block scheduling exploration. That occurred with consultant Dr. Reddick on September 13th, and the next consultation meeting is scheduled for November 8th. An English language learner program quality review was requested and has been scheduled to occur March 2024. The 2023-24 professional development and programs updates were provided. New course proposals, Spanish Heritage was presented as a new course request at Neshaminy High School. And at the conclusion of the meeting, the committee did make a recommendation for the approval of the new Spanish Heritage course to be available as a course selection option at the high school for students in the school year of 2024-2025. Our next meeting will be held on November 14th, 6:30 here in the boardroom. And that's all.
Thank you, Mrs. Bowman. Mr. Sullivan, Facilities and Planning.
Yes, the next Facilities and Planning meeting is this Thursday, October 12th, 6:30 in this boardroom.
Do we have an agenda up for that yet, so people know what's on there?
We do not yet have the agenda posted, but I can post that tomorrow. I have it pretty much finalized, but it's actually ready to go public, but we'll do that tomorrow morning,
And that time again was
6:30, Thursday evening.
Thank you. Policy, Mr. Swirlo.
The next policy meeting will be held on October 26th at 6:30 PM right here in this room.
Thank you. The IU Board, Mr. Cirillo.
Right back at me. I want to bring people's attention to something the Bucks County IU does. It's called the Sequel Adult Programs and Services. For over 50 years, the Bucks County Intermediate Unit has provided exceptional special education programs and services to children and youth with disabilities between the ages of birth to 21. Sequel allows the Bucks County IU to expand upon that expertise to include adults with disabilities over the age of 21. Those participating in these adult programs may also find comfort in the familiarity of having had services from the Bucks IU throughout their early development. Sequel assists adults with disabilities to explore meaningful leisure, volunteer, and employment opportunities within their community. With decades of knowledge and experience to build on, our professional staff is uniquely equipped to help determine and understand each individual's needs, objectives, and challenges. Sequel has been specially designed to be person-centered and growth-oriented. For more information concerning this program, please reach out to the Bucks County Intermediate Unit. You can find more information at bucksiu.org.
Thank you, Mr. Cirillo. The Neshaminy Education Foundation, Mr. Kovitz.
The Neshaminy Education Foundation Board met here at Maple Point yesterday. Among the items discussed was the upcoming fundraising Castle Ball tournament for the district middle and elementary schools. The finals of this district-wide event will be held on November 6th at Neshaminy High School. The NEF Alumni Committee is also preparing for the second annual Neshaminy Alumni Achievement Award ceremony, which will be held on Monday, November 21st in the Black Box Theater at the high school. 6 Neshaminy alumni will be honored this year. The NEF is currently holding an Eagles ticket raffle, which wraps up on Election Day, November 7th, along with 2 restaurant fundraisers that same day. Information about those can be found on the NEF website and social media. The next NEF board meeting will be held on Monday, November 13th at 4 p.m. here at Maple Point. Community members are welcome to attend and participate.
Thank you, Mr. Kovitz. Ms. Lafferty, PSBA.
Yes, good evening. So the PSBA was citing some studies from Stanford University about AI. I don't know about anyone else, but AI scares the bejeebus out of me. But AI is here to stay, and we should learn to prepare our students accordingly. This will change how we prepare our students for the world. 3 schools of thought coming out of Stanford develop consistent guidelines for both of our students and our teachers within the classrooms. Support our teachers learning this new technology through professional development opportunities. Keep parents and state policymakers informed as AI changes get implemented. However, outside of AI, the 4 C's remain constant, that our students leave our district here with the following skills of critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. That's what I have.
Thank you, Ms. Lafferty. Technical School, Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Ms. Hollenbeck. The joint board meeting for the Bucks County Technical High School was held September 18th at 7:30, attended by myself and Ms. Bowman, filling in for Mr. Kovitz. It was as I've said before, we're still going through the beginning of the year, a lot of the housekeeping, which is a lot of hiring and retirements. But I did want to point out one thing that we discussed was that middle school presentations for the tech school enrollment will be held, or planning to be held in October. I believe that was talked about at professional council. And the lottery for those positions, those seats, will be held in December. The only other thing that I would bring to your attention is just something that has just started in the newsletter, in which we are highlighting instructors and some of our technology programs, such as the October newsletter highlights the plumbing and heating technology. If anyone follows my social media, you'll see that I post a lot about the culinary arts, because everybody likes food and they do a lot of posting. And when I started asking some questions about, I said, I know there are other skills that we teach here, a lot of the trades, and they should step it up a bit. And I think that was the answer, is they started to show up in the newsletter. So online you can find this newsletter, and I'm very pleased to see that. And the next meeting will be, I'm sorry, I had that right in front of me, October 30th, that's the 5th Monday of October, at 7:30 in the boardroom. That's all I have, Ms. Hollenbach.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Brings us up to our second portion of public comment. Would anybody in the public like to come up to make a comment? Anything on future topics? Board comment? Yep.
I just want to add something to the tech board. So the open houses, the visitations are taking place in October. Applications will be available in November. Parents have to deliver them in person, and then the students will be picked in November. Or December. So pay attention to the Bucks County Technical High School website for notification on when the applications are available, but that will be in November.
Thank you. Does anybody else have public board comment? Ms. Lafferty?
I just want to thank Don Cryer and the Transportation Department for doing an extremely good job. I know there's been some issues that may or may not have been brought to my attention, but I think they're doing an amazing job. I really do. So considering the challenges, so if there's anyone in the district, I have 2 people in mind for van drivers that I'm going to call on. Please come out and drive these amazing kids, but they're doing a really great job, so thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lafferty. Anybody else?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
I'd like to thank our students, Maple Point students, for coming up and talking about the Veterans Day ceremony. I haven't missed it in the last several years, other than our break for COVID. I often say this about a number of our events, but I do think that hands down is my favorite event of all that we do here in the district. I'm involved, friends of mine are involved with Veteran Affairs. I'm the son of veterans. I wish he could have attended one of these, because I know he would have loved it. My favorite thing to do is kind of hang back and wander and listen to the conversations that our students have with the veterans, and just the questions they ask, and I know that the veterans are thrilled to be able to share their experiences, and just the fact that they are acknowledged, I think is just a wonderful thing. And if you know someone who's a veteran who has attended or has not attended, I just please encourage you to sign up and come. I know it'll make their day. They'll have a fantastic time. And I just wanted to point that out. That's, again, my favorite event of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Does anybody else? Okay, just to review again, future meetings, excuse me. We have the Facilities and Planning meeting, 6:30. Thursday in this room. We have our public board meeting on the 24th at 6:30. And then after that, our next meeting after that is the 8th, which is a Wednesday of November. Educational development meeting is the 14th of November. Facilities and planning is the 16th. The next board meeting before we go on break is the 21st of November. And last but not least, for the month of November is the Business Ops Committee. All of those meetings are at 6:30 in this room. It's where all the discussion happens, so hopefully the public starts to come out to have some input. With that, I'd like to make it a motion to adjourn the meeting. Seconded by Mr. Kovitz. Everybody have a great night.